This is not going to go well. I just have a funny feeling.
So welcome back, everyone. Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you. Oh, he's been practicing. Very good. Yes, Timmy, there is a Wade clause, and he is here with us this morning.
And he's
I am John.
wet.
Say again?
He's all wet.
I am John, and that is Wade, looking all festive down there, hung his decorations up. Wade, what's going on, brother?
You know, I'm ready for Christmas Eve. I'm completely ready. Everything's printed. We're ready to go. I get to relax from this moment. Well, after I get done with you guys, I get to relax until Christmas Eve.
There you go. You're confusing
I've never
everyone.
been this far ahead before, ever.
No?
I credit COVID.
Usually I'm pretty good. This year this is the first year we traveled, like did some family traveling before, like the week of Christmas, and that pretty much threw me off. But I'll recover it. All will be well. And you're confusing everyone, Wade, because they'll be watching this after Christmas Eve.
Oh, you know, Christmas was awesome. Christmas Eve was beautiful.
It's the most wonderful service. It's the most wonderful time. Anyway.
I'll tell you a story about it when I think of it.
Very good.
It happens, right?
When it happens, yeah. And there's Brad with us. Brad, we all want to know, why aren't you festive today, man? Where's your ornaments?
I'm festive in here.
You're festive where it counts.
I'm celebrating in here. I am throwing a big party right in here.
Hopefully there's cake.
Cake. Yeah. Oh, yeah, cake. Oh, yeah.
You have Alka-Seltzer there, yeah?
Ah, boy.
Alka-Seltzer to the rest.
No, I don't have all the fancy decorations that you guys have. That's just like, that's pretend there's stuff hanging here, okay?
I just feel like if you're going to grow a beard, why not wear beard ornaments for Christmas?
I think so. I think so.
There's some other ones.
I would hang mine on mine, but I'd have to get pierced, and I don't really want to do that.
And I lit candles for you guys.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, how awesome.
At least that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay, then.
What do you look forward to most at Christmas, guys? Considering that it just passed this weekend?
Well, what I was looking forward to most after a long day on Christmas Eve was sleeping late in the Christmas morning, because I have no children in the house this Christmas for one of the first times ever.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to just relaxing. I always look forward to relaxing after Christmas. The Christmas rush is over, but it finally gets here and you're going, yes. We had our cantata about a week ago, a choir cantata for Christmas. And the irony is, once that was over, it was like, man, I feel so relaxed now. And oh man, I still got Christmas. So back to the grindstone, but yeah.
Yeah, we do here at Kelsey. Well, actually, I think all the churches I've been at, it's only been one Christmas Eve service, I believe. But what I do look forward to is, it's actually already happened. We do service of the longest night, and that to me gets me ready for Christmas like nothing else. There is something about that time that we put apart and set apart, and to reflect on and everything. That's a real meaningful time for me. It doesn't usually last more than 20 or 30 minutes. There's no sermon, it's just a reminder. And so we did that. We're recording today. We did that last night on Tuesday, and this is a good time. So good time for me to pray and reflect. And that's usually for us a very sparsely attended service. Matter of fact, this year we had two people actually be in the service. Everybody else was online, which is fine. To me, it's one of those things like people go if they need to go, and that's fine. It's just a good time. So, all right. So there is one thing we can talk about being festive that I was telling the guys beforehand, like I didn't know it was such a thing. I've heard of it. I've had some of it before. I've never made it. I've never, just set out to get it, on a particular year. I just kind of ran into it somehow. But we are talking about fruitcake. And I don't mean Tom.
Yeah.
he's not here to enjoy that one. But
I was confused. Thank you.
Okay.
guys, there is a whole history behind fruitcake.
Well, of course there is.
And I was
It's the same fruitcake, right?
It's the exact, yeah.
It's
Has anybody ever seen two fruitcakes in the same room? I
No.
don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. There's actually
Grandma's doorstop.
I ran down a rabbit hole of fruitcake nonsense, and there are apparently two brothers who've been like sharing the same fruitcake since like 1950, right, back and forth, and it's just wild. So I thought for our Christmas podcast this year, we would explore some of the history of the fruitcake, and hopefully somewhere along the way find something that is of redeeming quality.
Wait.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Are we going to learn something today?
Oh man. I just learned something. 70-year-old perfectly preserved fruitcake getting passed back and forth.
Oh, just you wait, bro. There is
Let's do it.
There's myrrh. I love
There's
that.
myrrh.
I love that meme every year, man. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see.
Yourself frankincense.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So here's some interesting facts about fruitcake. Fruitcakes are made with candied or dried fruit, nuts, and spices, and optionally soaked in spirits. Holy Spirit, is that what they are referring to?
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, maybe that's why it lasts so long.
Yeah, I think so.
They are typically served in celebration of weddings and Christmas. Had no idea about weddings, guys. I've never been to a wedding. They said, "Oh, have you tried the fruitcake?"
I don't know that.
You must
didn't know it either?
Sounded like Alexa.
Alexa doesn't know about fruitcake.
Alexa, what do you know about fruitcake? Nothing.
Wikipedia. Fruitcake is a cake made with candied or dried fruit, nuts, and spices, and optionally soaked in spirits.
I just told you that, Alexa. Or Siri, whoever.
Wait a minute, that's plagiarism, dude.
She learned it from you.
Wait, so does that mean Siri listens to our podcast?
Yeah, well, listens to she listens to the unedited version. For sure.
Oh no.
Which is a little bit scary.
Let's see. Given their rich nature, that's hilarious. Fruitcakes are most often consumed on their own as opposed to with condiments. Yeah, I never thought of putting ketchup on a fruitcake, but at least I'm not.
If you do, you'll be sorry.
You'll, yeah.
Hey, if there are evil people that put ketchup on tamales, well then do whatever you want with your fruitcake. I don't care.
Say what?
Yes, people do this.
That's sacrilege, isn't it? I mean, there's something in the Bible about that, right?
It is
Putting stuff
impure.
on fruitcake.
It is detestable unto the Lord, I think.
Yeah, it's in Leviticus. It's got to be there somewhere.
Ancient Egyptians made a type of fruitcake that was left at the graves of loved ones as an offering to provide them with food in the afterlife.
It would last that long. Sorry.
Well, I'm a firm believer in that. Even people who are dead in the afterlife should be able to have fresh food. So, I think.
But fruitcake?
I mean,
fruitcake? Okay.
I guess it's either that or Cheetos. I don't know.
That or what?
Cheetos.
Well, the good thing about the fruitcake, if you don't like it, then it's probably what they made the pyramids out of anyway. You know, it stands up so well.
Is that true?
Ask Siri. I don't know.
Ask Alexa or Siri or whoever.
Okay, so the oldest reference to a fruitcake dates back to Roman times. The recipe included pomegranate seeds, pine nuts, and raisins that were mixed into barley mash.
You'll give it
mash. They did the barley mash. The barley mash. It was a Roman smash. In the Middle Ages, honey, spices, and preserved fruits were added. You know, we started to liven up a little bit, you know. Middle Ages, known for their preserved fruits.
That's called doctoring it up because you got to do something to get rid of that taste.
You
got to keep adding stuff to it. That's right. That's right. I'm waiting on the alcohol part. Keep going. Keep going here.
We got to get through butter first. So hold on.
Okay.
Recipes varied greatly in different countries throughout the ages, depending on the available ingredients, as well as, in some instances, church regulations forbidding the use of butter. Can you imagine telling your church today that they can't bring something to potluck that they used butter with?
I can't imagine telling somebody to bring something that doesn't have butter in it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why even come if you're gonna not have butter?
Butter should be in every single thing.
So it was Pope Innocent the 5, 6, 7, 8th who finally granted the use of butter. So thank you, Pope Innocent the 8th.
Guilty.
It was a written permission known as the butter letter or butter brief. I had never.
Butter brief. I think
Butter
I have
brief.
a pair of those in my top drawer.
Say. Oh, wait, we digress. Go ahead.
You guys heard about, now I know that we're not really sure about the number, but there was actually, at least in the mythology of all of this, a fourth wise man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, who brought fruitcake and got turned away at the door.
We don't hear about him because he was sent away for bringing fruitcake.
That's right. He got turned away at the door. Yeah. Yeah. Nobody remembers him.
That's
Ralph was his name, wasn't it? Ralph.
That's the only thing Joseph did in the Christmas story. You got to go, man. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what's funny, and this is not a joke. My dad was a military officer, and when you're a military officer, at least back when he was, you send everybody you know a present. And he would send fruit from the valley and stuff. But one of the things he did is he ordered fruitcakes from Collins Street Bakery in Waco and sent them everywhere. And we just would make fun of him all the time, and he was committed, man. And I'm sure that there are people, probably, my dad's been dead since 1982. I'm sure there are people that still have some of his fruitcakes.
Or stops, I'm telling you.
Yeah, or just keep it on the mantle there, the paperweight,
Yeah.
Okay,
I throw it at the dog if he's about to do something in the house.
Don't hurt
That's
him.
animal cruelty. That's just animal cruelty.
Fruitcake cruelty. What are you talking about?
So the butter brief was issued in 1490. It was giving permission to Saxony to use milk and butter in these stolen fruitcakes. Okay. So can you imagine what they were like before butter? Ew.
I can't imagine what they're like now. So
when's the last time you had a piece of
I
fruitcake?
will not put that in my mouth, dude.
I think I had some when I was a kid, maybe late teens.
I don't like things with nuts in them generally. There are certain nuts that I like, but I want them just by themselves. I don't need nuts in my candy and my cake. That's just, I'm
looking at a picture, and I think this is supposed to, look appealing, but like this is like a good example of are you seeing that there?
Oh.
Yeah.
Even that doesn't look appealing to me. It's just
no, it looks like a hockey puck with candy.
Just scrape all that stuff off the top, maybe.
Like the hockey puck and scraped it around the street, and that's what you came up with.
I think I'm seeing a couple of dried apricots. I would probably eat those.
I thought that was a worm myself. I'm just
okay.
No, I think the round yellow things are the apricots. The worms are worms.
Okay, very good. Starting in the 16th century, sugar from the American colonies created an excess of candied fruit, thus making fruitcakes more interesting. There's a great word. And popular. You never want to have the food you make be called interesting. I don't.
Yeah, that's just like your opinion, man.
Fruitcake was historically, because we are talking about the history, guys, of the
not hysterically, but historically. Got
it. Not hysterically, historically referred to as plum cake in England since around 1700. Since dry fruit is used as a sweetening agent in any dried fruit used to be described as plums, many plum cakes and plum pudding do not contain the plum fruit, now known by that name. I will file that under who cares.
Just thinking, okay, so I'm ignorant in this, and I know somebody's going to answer and tell us all about it and give us more than Siri could give us, but I want to know the difference between figgy pudding and figgy cake and plum pudding, plum cake, and fruit cake. Is there really a difference? Or are we just splitting hairs here?
I read it somewhere. It's almost
exactly.
somewhere. I don't remember where it's at. Okay, but how about this? In the early, because Law and Order. Okay, we got humanity saved here.
Mhm.
In the early 18th century, fruitcakes were outlawed throughout continental Europe for being, quote unquote, sinfully rich.
Sinfully rich.
Sounds like most of our politicians.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like, I don't care. Okay, what? The 18th century. So I'm in the 1700s. What's happening in the 1700s, guys?
Puritans, man, are going crazy. They're just leaving their homes and droves and coming over here and setting up and
What would be super cool though is if they actually did like a Law and Order. You know how they do all the different Law and Order series?
Mhm.
Law and Order 17th century.
yeah.
That would be
You see little grandma stuck in a cave somewhere making a fruitcake.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They got to go find her. Of all the things happening, we are going to outlaw fruitcake. It's a simpler time, gentlemen. Simpler time.
Well, you got to outlaw something.
In the Victorian era, between 1837 and 1901, fruitcake was extremely popular. The Victorian Tea Party would not have been complete without the fruitcake. Queen Victoria is said to have waited a year to eat a fruitcake she received for her birthday because she felt it showed restraint, moderation, and good taste. So it's uppity that you say, just leave that on the table and I'll be back next year to get it.
I'm going to take issue with the, what was the last one?
Good taste?
Good taste. Yes. I'm going to take issue with that.
How do you know? You haven't even tasted one.
Because I have good taste.
Let's see. Do I want to read this whole thing? During colonial times, before the, I can see you shaking your head, Brad. During colonial times, before the American Revolution, muster cakes were baked in great number for the men summoned by British troops for military training. Following the American Revolution, women would bake these cakes in vast quantities to motivate the men to attend town meetings and elections. Thus, it became known as election cake.
Get out the vote cake.
Rock the vote cake.
Rock the vote cake. Can we just call it vote cake for the rest of this episode?
Vote cake. I'll try to do that. Typical American vote cakes are rich in fruit and nuts. Mail order vote cakes in America began in 1913.
Were women allowed to order?
They just couldn't vote for it. That's all.
Okay.
In France, as in some other non-English speaking countries, the gâteau aux fruits fruitcake is often simply called
Gesundheit.
Thank you. Fruitcake is commonly eaten during the Christmas season in Canada. Rarely is it seen during other times of the year. To that we say,
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus.
That's right. Praise the Lord.
When a fruitcake contains a good deal of alcohol, it can remain edible for many, 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 many years.
I'm sure that's the one my dad was sending. I don't know.
Guys, I'm just rethinking this whole podcast journey. Here we are.
Yeah, can we just like A, start over, or B, just like never do this again?
It's been this is episode I think, what are they? Let's see.
We were
55.
We were almost perfect for a while till today.
Yeah.
But we're just trying to lighten the mood. Everybody's so stressed out about Christmas and everything,
I'm stressed out. I'm not.
Well, you're not.
The weird part about after Christmas is the second busiest shopping day of the year is the day after Christmas when people return all the gifts that didn't fit and all. I wonder how many fruitcakes get returned.
Well, I don't think you can.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you can either. It's like, and who would want to take them back?
Yeah, Collins Street Bakery is still a big fruitcake purveyor out of Waco, and I don't think they do refunds. I think
no return, no refund, no return.
Buy it, it's yours. Don't ever bring that trash back here again.
That's right. We've been trying to get rid of this damn thing for anyways.
Wait a minute before we go on. So I just know Collins Street isn't one of our sponsors, is it?
Not anymore.
Yes, not anymore. We were in talks, but
yeah, It abruptly
All right.
ended. I don't know why.
I'm inappropriate in a lot of different ways. I apologize.
It's
Yeah,
all right.
you've cost us several sponsorships. I was.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. See. Before we got on, Wade was showing us his Christmas gift, but I don't want you to show that either, in case that could be another sponsorship you ruin, man. If they see what you got and you start spewing your spewness.
Snakes?
Snakes? I don't know no
See?
snakes. Snakes? I don't know no snakes. Y'all know where that's from, right? Come on.
Is that Snakes on a Plane?
Greatest Christmas movie ever made.
Oh, no.
Die Hard?
Home Alone, man.
Oh, I hate that movie.
Oh, I hate you now, man. Jeez.
Oh, we
Wow.
lost another sponsor.
Yeah, Macaulay Culkin was on the phone, man. And where was I at? Alcohol and the fruitcake. That's where we were. Okay, here it is. Here's one I was thinking about earlier when you talked about how old they are. A 106-year-old fruitcake discovered in 2017 by the Antarctic Heritage Trust was described as in quote unquote excellent condition and almost edible.
At what point will they have to start carbon dating fruitcake?
That was the one that was found in England, wasn't it?
I don't know where it was found. Well, I mean, Antarctic Heritage, so it must have been.
Yeah, but I think there was I remember reading about that. There was a national news, international news, a whole bit. They had the story about that. They found this fruitcake that was over 100 years old, and they were talking about, yes, it is virtually edible, virtually or almost, and you're going like, what the heck does that mean? But yeah, it was in perfect condition, and you're going like, how can you tell? How do you know when perfect condition is for
I don't know
fruitcake?
if a 100-year-old fruitcake is more disturbing or that you read an article about it. I'm not sure.
It was in all the news. It was really bizarre. It's one of those things.
I could not criticize them either way because I've got like 7 tabs open here. I got a video too. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this, man. In 2006, Americans mailed 2,952 pounds of fruitcake to soldiers stationed in Iraq.
Wow.
And they
I thought
threw
we
them at the
supported
end.
our troops.
Our treatment of veterans anymore is just disgusting.
It's gone downhill, hasn't it? Really gone downhill. And they're all going like, we want the hardtack back, please. Can we have the hardtack, Civil War hardtack, please? Give me back that.
Anything besides
Yeah,
this.
send them sea rations. Jeez.
Oh, man.
A pineapple fruitcake was taken on the Apollo 11 space mission. How about that? So there is fruitcake in space. Oh, that sounds like a good movie for next year.
Sounds like a Muppet episode or something.
We should write that. We could have our own Hallmark or now Netflix Christmas movie.
And we could introduce a new character, puppet, named Fruitcake.
There you go.
Oh, we're halfway there, guys.
Man, the creativity in this room is stunning.
We must
It's staggering. Has nothing to do with the rum or anything, the alcohol in the cake.
I think we finally found our cadence with this podcast. What we need to do is stay away from theology and just.
I was just wondering about that. Where is God in all of this? And God's going, I didn't make fruitcake. That was not a
Don't
part
blame
of
me
this.
for that.
That's you guys. You did that on your own.
13th day.
That's right. Oh,
Speaking
man.
of that, December 27th is National Fruitcake Day.
I'm telling you, it's the day they return them. Return for refund.
It was the custom in England for unmarried wedding guests to put a slice of the cake, traditionally a dark fruitcake, under their pillow at night so they will dream of the person they will marry.
A fruitcake?
A slice of fruitcake.
No, I mean the person they're going to marry. Is it a fruitcake? What does that mean?
You look just like the fruitcake in my dreams.
That's right. Dried up fruit, dude.
So many quips that I can't.
I know. They're all there. And they're just hovering, going like, pick me, pick me.
I'll give those to you when the record.
Fruitcake can age 25 years and still be eaten as long as it contains the proper preservatives and is stored in an airtight container.
Okay.
And finally, every year,
I'm thinking they've got a whole bunch of fruitcakes up at Funk and Wagnalls.
you don't think they store this like over at Fort Knox?
No, Fort Knox isn't airtight. It's just secure.
Oh, okay, that's true. That's true.
Remember, everything at Funk and Wagnalls is hermetically sealed. Johnny Carson used to tell us that. Am I dating myself?
Oh, man.
Mm,
I don't know. That could be another plot to our movie. Am I dating myself, or do I need a new fruitcake?
depends on how big the slice is under your pillow.
We'll need to work on that.
Yeah, there's some plot. That is a plot twist. I know that. I mean, that's yeah.
We'll fix that in post-production.
All right. Every year in January, the Colorado town of Menudo Springs hosts
Menudo Springs? Didn't we have Menudo in our last podcast?
Menudo.
Oh,
Manuto. I don't know how to say that.
okay.
They host the great
Manitou. It's Manitou.
Manitou. Sorry.
Yeah, Manitou Springs. Yeah.
Very good. I'm sorry. I was reading it in Spanish. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They host the great fruitcake toss. Competitors compete to see how far they can launch a fruitcake. The event is to raise money for a local charity. Guys, is there anything else you want to know about fruitcake?
Mm,
Can you get
Yeah.
rescue fruitcakes like you can with pets?
Who saved who, really? Who rescued who?
That's right.
All right, guys, it's Christmas. It's still the Christmas season. Christmas doesn't end on Christmas Day, you heathens. It's a season's 12 days of Christmas. We're celebrating all the way till we get to Epiphany. So we're trying to keep it lighthearted. Will this be the last of the year for us?
I think
You got one more if you want next week.
Yeah, but this one will come out on the 29th. So that'll be
No, we're done, dude.
this is the last episode of 2021. So after that, wow, we'll be in 2022, which is usually what happens after 2021, right?
Does it bother anybody that when you say 2022, it reads 2022
Part two,
also?
part two.
Part deux.
Yeah. So we hope you've had a great Christmas season. Hope Christmas Eve was great. Hope Christmas Day was great. Hope you haven't forgotten Christmas. At our house, we have a Christmas. I think I said this. We have our Christmas party for the church here at the house, but we always do it during Christmas because the stores have already moved on and everything is 80% off. And I like that. Thank you very much. So, Brad, you asked the question. When we're talking about fruitcake, where is Jesus in all this?
I was just thinking, I had a professor in seminary who was from New Orleans, and he introduced to us, you're talking about the season of Christmas, right? 12 days. The day right after the end of the season of Christmas is Epiphany. And he said that in his culture, in his growing up years, they had a king's cake right after Christmas for Epiphany. And it was the cake that the kings brought. So that dude that was turned away at the door, he really was there. And he did bring a fruitcake, but he stuck a little plastic Jesus in there somewhere, and where you cut the parts or the pieces up, and everybody got a piece, and everybody broke a tooth, or somebody broke a tooth on Jesus. They had to, host the party next year.
Yeah,
I was just thinking
that Jesus stuck in your teeth, man. It's the worst.
Yeah, right. But yeah, there's something about that. Maybe this king's cake thing is fruitcake goes back earlier than the Romans. Maybe it goes all the way back to the wise men culture from the East. I don't know.
Maybe so. Wade, where's Jesus in all this, man?
I don't know.
You will preserve your life.
I mean, I can make something up, but
with lots of rum. I mean, with salvation.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
This time that we spend together is always fun, and sometimes I learn something, and so this is kind of Jesus time for me. I always kind of think about Jesus time is when I feel good, and I'm around people that I care about. So I don't know if it's in fruitcake. I don't really have anything against fruitcake. I just like to make fun of stuff, but I just think being together with people. I think that's where it is for me.
So that's what you should do at your next family gathering. Have a fruitcake conversation. See where it goes. See what happens. We have supplied you with the knowledge you need to initiate further dialogue in this arena of discussion. Take it from there. Tell us what happens. Keep the camera rolling for sure.
Play fruitcake trivia with your family this season.
There you go.
Yes. I mean, what else are you going to do this podcast?
Trivia together.
Vote cake.
Yes, boat cake.
Vote cake.
I don't hear. I forget where's it at? Some tradition somewhere. The one who wakes up last on Christmas.
Bless you.
God bless you. Has to do the chores for the day. Do you know where that's from? Maybe the last one to get up on Christmas has to eat the first piece of fruitcake. Right?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably finish, guys. We should.
Could you slice it thin and put make cheese toast out of it?
See, now you're just being gross.
Oh yeah, wouldn't want to ruin the old fruitcake.
That's right.
So with that in mind, knowing we have done our part to offer to you great wisdom for the holiday season, we will depart from you now, wishing you the best for the rest of the Christmas and 2021. The next time you see us online, it'll be 2022, sometime in January. We can't wait to start the new year. Wade, Brad, thanks for being a part of this goofy thing we do almost every week. I don't know. I think we do learn some stuff from time to time. I think we have some important conversations. And because we've had a good conversation, we're allowed to have one of these every once in a while.
Amen.
So thanks for listening. Brad, thanks for being here this morning or this afternoon or whenever whoever's watching is like they're watching
Today.
after you showed up. Yeah, thanks for being here today. Wade, I'm glad you're here too. Wish Tom could be here, but he was out doing something else.
You gotta tell him. You gotta tell him now. You have to tell him. You have to tell him now.
If you want to know what Tom was doing, you're going to have to ask him yourself.
But you really, really should.
My mic is about to go mute. So if one of you, the good thing is we're totally mature too. So anyway,
Absolutely.
have
Hey,
a great rest of the Christmas season. A happy new year. And we will see you in 2022. God be with you.
Peace.